can AI really replace a real estate photo editor? Yes. I'm going to explain why, but I'm also going to put a slight part B to that answer. Yes, but have a human ready. And I think that's going to be the theme for many things with AI as we go forward. And AI is kind of the definition that's been adopted for even like advanced chatbots, large language models, LLMs, which are now becoming agents and being able to do really cool things and automated procedures. Super cool. So can AI really replace a real estate photo editor? Photo editor. Yes. Video editor? I hope so soon. But also better have a human ready on standby as well. So I'll show some examples of why I feel like the answer is so quickly yes. And I think it depends on how in depth can the AI or program get with replacing a real estate photo editor. So I think those are the keywords that we're looking for. I'm going to look at Auto HDR. What determines how a human edits a photo? There's a lot of things that happen in a photo that need to be considered. For instance, what's the view outside? Is it pleasant? The colors of a kitchen cabinet, especially if they're, like I've seen black kitchens, and it's really cool and interesting and kind of like edgy, but if you don't edit it right, it's going to look horrible. It's going to look like gray. And the sellers are going to complain and the agent's going to complain, and then you could lose your contract with that agent if you don't have that human element. But also the program itself should be able to catch that and recognize, you know, the lighting and the settings in the photo and be able to distinguish hopefully accurate, you know, colors. And so in Auto HDR, they just actually also even released a version 4 that's like friggin' awesome, really insanely like accurate. So looking at the back end here, you've got your style settings. So a lot of these settings are in every photo editing program, right? So you got your exposure, contrast, highlights, shadows, whites, blacks, temperature, tint, vibrance, saturation, sharpness, etc. So, and you can even dial in like how much you want to reduce. Like reducing the saturation of reds is usually a pretty decent thing to do. Red is just never a good color to be in anything real estate, usually. You know, in the 80s, you used to paint red burgundy walls, and our first home had a red burgundy wall, and it was horrible. That was the first thing we did day one, was to just neutral white, just, which is fine. Like, you know, people complain like, get some color in your life. Like, yes, sure, but not like a burgundy red on the wall. Nice accent walls can look good. Let's compare like such as Lightroom. Let's just say Lightroom is the most common, well-known photo editing program. We used to use Lightroom all the time. You know, you do like the shortcut on a Mac would be like something like Control Command H to merge 3 photos, and we would just like, you would go insane doing that all the time, because unfortunately you can't quite batch merge in at least the cloud version of Lightroom. You could do it in Lightroom Classic, I believe, but we liked a few of the features in the newer Lightroom version. You know, and you could create like styles as well too in Lightroom and all that, but then you're also actively working. And when you're doing like sometimes as many as a dozen listings in a day, it's much easier using a program like this. And you know, so again, the theme of this video is, can AI really replace real estate photo editors? And yes, it's already happening. It's kind of the industry standard right now. And I think that for people that don't know that or don't understand that or don't trust that, well, look at the style settings in the background, right? Like you can literally, like there's a default one, you can create new profiles. So if like there's something that's like has a black kitchen or is a really dark home or lots of woods up in a cottage, like a cabin or some modern kitchens have lots of wood too, where you can create certain styles and then, you know, have the theme of that real estate listing for your photos adopt that style if you really want to. We just use the default for everything, to be honest, and it's great. Like it's good. It's very rare that we need to change things. And if we ever do need to change things, the part B to that answer was yes, but have a human ready. And so, for instance, if we go into a listing and, I recently looked at, I was trying out version 4 for Auto HDR. I was tuning it a little bit. I originally didn't like how saturated or vibrant the colors were. It's also wood with like green walls. That's really not the easiest thing to do. I did my best though, and I actually I was able to go into basic adjustments and reduce those. So I don't think those actually even saved. But look, so if I go reducing red saturation, like that's already taking it off the wall, right? And then like even like orange, like I think orange is gonna be like the one that really does it. Yeah, see, like at like nothing, it's too vibrant in my eye. For the average person, probably wouldn't care. But that's maybe too much. But if you bring it down to like about there, that's looking really great. That's awesome. And then you can apply it, right? So if we hit apply, boom, there it is, right? And so that's going to save, and then the photo is essentially saved, in my opinion, right? There's like a quick little before and after too, like too orange in the wood, and then a little bit better, in the wood. And there's the after of what I changed it. Like it still looks like wood, right? So it's just a little bit better. But then if you ever have an issue, here's the part B. If you need a human, you can click human edit, explain what's wrong, and then Auto HDR sends a human to fix it. How great is that? That's amazing. So even though, yes, can AI replace a real estate photo editor? Yes, but have a human ready. And there may come a time where it just gets so good, you very rarely need a human editor. Maybe one every 10 listings, we need to contact Auto HDR and get a human editor. That used to be a little bit more frequent about a year ago. That's how long we've been using them. Now it's just getting more distant and less frequent that we need a human editor. So I think that, the answer is yes, but have a human ready. And I don't know how to enforce that ideology more than I've already said. Most people think that AI is out to get everyone or their jobs. And in some cases that may be true, to be honest. Like if you've been a real estate photo editor and that's what you've been doing for the past 5 years, yeah, you might need to look at something else, unfortunately. Even that goes with coders and a lot of other jobs, unfortunately. Will it come for very human-centric careers such as lawyers and stuff and real estate agents and doctors? It's possible, but there's a few things, a couple things come to mind. Will the AI be able to be as good as the human is number one? Be able to be as good as the lawyer? Potentially, if it can dig into case law and come up with scenarios and defenses, right, to represent people. Can the AI be as good as a real estate agent? Potentially, if it can, a camera walks through the home and can identify potential issues and stuff and knows everything that a contractor, electrician, plumber, etc. knows, and knows all of the local laws and right of ways and etc. of that property, potentially. Can a lawyer be as good as or better than a doctor? Maybe with some really advanced medical arms? Potentially. And I think those ones, though, will not be replaced. I think there will just be devices and technology that comes out to assist. There probably will be really cool medical things in rooms or devices where it's super surgically accurate and precise. And I'm sure there will be amazing things that will help lawyers and help real estate agents. See, the distinguishing difference, though, is that the human role, I don't think, will be replaced. And you can kind of argue a real estate photo editor was never really a human role. If you're doing everything behind a computer and it's easily solvable with AI in terms of being able to be methodically and strategically broken down into bits and then reorganized, if that sounds like your job, potentially, yes, you probably do have something to be slightly worried about. But there's many things where humans will never be replaced, I don't think. And it's just a matter of finding those things. this is kind of going beyond the topic of can AI really replace photo editors, and specifically the industry of real estate? Yes, but have a human ready. I just think that there will be more things that humans will be able to do, hopefully in the age of abundance, some people say, where we can kind of almost have anything we want and everything becomes more easily accessible. I don't know, though. Who knows? But I'm not here to philosophize that. In terms of real estate editing, and here's the thing, with real estate video editing, I wish I could upload all of my raw videos, and Eddy AI is pretty close to that. Eddy AI, awesome program, really cool. Is there something that will come out that will likely be able to edit raw video footage, uncut video footage throughout a home, and will it be able to organize those video clips, right? And will it be able to spit out a really great video with music, cut to the beat, color corrected? The answer is yes. I think there's even some things that can, as of recording of May 2026. But is it commonplace in the industry yet? No. And that's where human editors are still very viable and needed. And even if it got to a point where we can upload all of our raw video footage and it comes out and spits that out, you still need a human editor. Just in case. And I think there's something to also be said about sometimes when we capture a home, it's not always empty and vacant for us to shoot. Many times I've even seen bedridden people, unfortunately, even like in like hospice care, and I have to photograph around them. That's a pretty extreme example, but many times there's either just like boxes that need to be moved between rooms, and there's literally a single mother, 8 months pregnant, who needs help to move those boxes around, and of course I don't mind. But that complicates the order of what the video should look like. So maybe I need to start upstairs and then go to a room downstairs quickly and then come back up and go to the basement and then start in the backyard, then the front. That would be a really messy video and it would just be awful. But very easily, I think AI will be able to, if you prompt it, such as something like find the footage of the front of the home and logically go through the main rooms, such as kitchen, living room, family room, then the rest of the main level rooms, and I think it'll be able to identify what those are based on like the height of windows and what's viewed outside the window. If it looks like there's things that are ground level, it'll be able to distinguish that. AI is getting to a point where it's really good at visualizing media and images and video, being able to make logical decisions based on those things too. So will it come for video? I hope so, because it will really simplify our lives. And I think that it's a good thing that we should celebrate, to have programs like this being able to make our lives easier, and we can carry those savings and costs to our clients to get their media quicker, to list their media quicker, their homes. So are you using AI for your photo editing in your real estate business? If not, why? Leave a comment why. Have you not made the jump yet to using a program like Auto HDR? And there's a few other ones, but I just find that Auto HDR is the best because it's made by real estate photographers for real estate photographers, and they're always optimizing and coming out with new versions that are just amazing. And the actual attention to detail of being able to fine tune what you can do, like in the basic adjustments, is just awesome. So, if not, why? And you probably should if you're not, because the answer to can AI really replace photo editors in real estate? The answer is absolutely. Real estate kind of has a negative connotation of, some people call it the bottom of the barrel. But little do they know that if you do a lot, upwards of a dozen a day, I'd take that over a wedding any day, no problem. Or a high profile corporate shoot where people tend to be a little bit crazy and intense. Real estate's a lot of fun, and you definitely want to be able to find, the things that are steering the industry in ways that are making it more efficient and just better. Otherwise, you're going to get left behind. So there's my little bit about, can AI replace real estate photo editors? Yes, but have a human on standby. So if you enjoyed that, leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.